Hi everyone, this video is aimed at everybody who is registered for our Wuthering Heights event on Sunday the 28th of July. What we wanted to do was just run through some of the frequently asked questions so it's totally clear, or the big things are totally clear before you arrive on the day. We're getting quite excited, it's taken a lot of planning, but it's really important that everybody sort of listens to these and understands them to make the day go as smoothly as possible. So I'm going to keep looking down at my notes, but this is really important. The biggest thing to mention is that registration is closed. We have got hundreds of people attending this event and we're basing all our planning on that figure. Please don't encourage people just to turn up if they're to perform, because as I say, most of our planning is based on this. They're welcome to come and spectate. There'll be specific areas for that on Rimrose itself. But yeah, no more registrations now, please, at the risk of sounding like Ringo Starr. What else? We wanted to cover some other stuff. The main thing is obviously safety is our top priority. All of the planning is based around that. We've got first aid, insurance, the police will be there. And if everybody just acts sensibly and normally, it's going to be a brilliant day. Travel arrangements, this is a big one. Those who live close to Rimrose Valley will know that it's in a residential area. It's not like other parks where they've got car parks and so on. So travel arrangements is really important. If you live locally, like you've done for all our big events in years gone by, it'd be amazing if you could come on foot or by bike. Please don't clog up the roads unnecessarily. As I say, most of us live within walking distance. So again, if you could play your part and free up space for other people. To everybody else who's travelling from further afield, we'd really encourage you to use public transport, so trains and buses. If you look at the FAQs document on our website, which we've shared before, you'll see that our nearest train station is Waterloo on the Northern Line, and there's a whole host of buses that you can get you down to the A565 here in it's Crosby and Waterloo. It's Waterloo actually, but if you get off anywhere in between what's known as the Five Lamps bus stop or Plaza Cinema, you won't be far away, and from there it's a 5 or 10 minute walk to Rimrose Valley. So please, if you can travel by public transport, please do. We obviously recognise that some people have to drive, whether they don't have good public transport links or their mobility isn't as great. And if you do, we're encouraging everybody to park in Crosby Library, which weirdly is in Waterloo. And again, the postcode and full location details for that are on our FAQs document on the website. Parking's free on a Sunday, so really, it'd be great if you could do that. When that's full, or if it's full, remember we're in a residential area, so if you do need to park on streets, check out for yellow lines on the streets, and also please be considerate if you have to park on a residential road. We work really closely with neighbours to make sure that we don't upset them with our events. Don't park across people's drives. Please park respectfully. Don't panic. You don't just dump your car anywhere. Just take your time, park sensibly, and then make your way on foot to Rimrose Valley. The entrance at the Glenwillan Road part is, again, on the FAQs document. There's a postcode there, and we've used the What 3 Words app as well. What's happening? So hopefully you know what's happening. We are going to be recreating the dance to Kate Bush's Wuthering Heights. A big group performance on Rimrose Valley. We'll be doing it on what's known as Chaffers running track, so an athletics track, and right in the centre of that is a beautiful wildflower meadow, which should be in full bloom by the time you arrive. We will have loads of stewards on the day to sort of marshal you and get you into position. We will have a sound system which will spread along the track, so people shouldn't be craning to here. Everybody will be involved, don't worry, and again, just sort of follow our guidance on the day. There will also be community stalls. We've got a selection of local charities and crafty type people there. We've got, what else, an ice cream van. We'll have a drumming band to open proceedings, and also we will have our very own DJ John, who'll be playing sort of Kate Bush music and Kate Bush inspired music throughout the couple of hours that we're together. If you do have mobility issues and you're a blue badge holder, please, the only exception to the parking rule is that we'll make provision for you on site. Everybody else turning up at the Glenwillan entrance will be turned away, I'm afraid. So if you have to drive and you're a blue badge holder, please get in touch with us in advance. And again, on the FAQs document, there's an email address you can use for that. The good part about it being on a hard standing track, again, is if you've got mobility issues or if you're in a wheelchair, it will be perfect for you. We're not going to be on a grassy surface. We wanted to make this event as accessible to everyone. So hopefully that is what happens. What do you need to wear? Well, if you've seen the pictures of other events and the videos, you need to wear a red floaty dress with some kind of black band, doesn't matter if you've got the back band. Please get involved. It's part of the fun. I think I'm being cajoled into doing it, and everybody who wants to take part in the dance, it's going to look really effective if everybody makes that effort to wear a red dress. If you haven't got a dress, or if you're conscious of wearing a dress, any red clothing would be absolutely fine. Also, one of our stalls, Hallie's Hub, will be there on the day. They'll be bringing a variety of red clothing with them, all for £1 a piece. So if you're leaving it really late, don't worry, they'll have you covered. It's not compulsory, no, but as I say, it's just make everything look fantastic if everyone's in red. Probably if you're not in red, but you want to do the dance, we'll move you out to the side, but you can still take part. What else? How do I learn the dance? Well, those of you who've subscribed or registered over the past few weeks and months will have seen that we've shared a couple of videos, one with very basic moves for people, again, who may have mobility issues or just want to learn the absolute basics, but we will be recreating the full dance. And we'll be doing that with the aid of a couple of dance instructors who we will be thanking on the day. And then we will also have some of our team dotted around the track. So everybody should be able to see somebody performing the dance. We'll also have a couple of run-throughs. I think we're going to be running it through for about half an hour, 40 minutes in advance. Again, learning the basics and learning the frilly bits for anybody who's more confident. But if we get the start, the chorus and the end right, it's going to look really, really effective. We're not aiming for I can't even say perfection. We're not aiming for perfection. The purpose of this is to have fun, come together and do something really cool. And if we get those sort of bits where we're in unison together, right, it's going to look really effective. Yes, it's going to be filmed and photographed. That's the sort of whole point. As good as it is to do this together, we want a record of the day, and we want to use it to raise awareness of Rimrose Valley and our campaign to save it. So if you've got any problems with being filmed or photographed, this probably isn't the event for you, because we can't guarantee that you won't be in shot. That said, it won't be close-ups, it'll be aerial, it'll be from a distance. So again, don't feel self-conscious, just sort of go with it. What else? Yes, it's family friendly. All our events are. What we would say is if you're bringing very small children, we will have instructions for you on the day if they intend to do the dance with you. It's just about keeping them safe and make sure that they don't run off and either trip themselves up or trip anybody else up. But yeah, you might want to think about that. Similarly, if you're bringing dogs, that's great if you want to spectate, but we can't have dogs running through a track when people are dancing. So just have a think about that yourselves and just come and be prepared to do whatever keeps us safe. We'll be providing toilets on the day. We've got a handful of these based on the numbers that we think are going to attend. We can't book a load of toilets. They're really, really expensive. But we make sure that we've got accessible toilets and a couple of others as well. So you might have to queue on the day, but please just bear with us, and I'm sure nothing will be starting without you, don't worry. Will there be food and drink? We've got an ice cream van, as I said, and we've got a couple of local stall providers selling local produce, but we're trying to keep this event really, really simple. And so no food and drink, or formal food and drink and catering will be provided, and also no alcohol will be served. That makes it a totally different event and not something we're geared up for, to be honest. Is it weather dependent? Well, yes and no. If it's raining, that's just British summer, so we're used to that. What will stop it from going ahead is extreme weather events, so like thunderstorms, thunder and lightning, or even extreme heat. But just come prepared. We all know what British summer is like. I would bring a brolly, waterproofs, sunscreen, sun hat, everything in between. And in addition to that, we would recommend everybody bring in, if you suffer from hay fever, bring some antihistamines, and also insect repellent. It's been a really wet and warm summer, so there are a lot of, like anywhere in the countryside, which is kind of what Rimrose is. There's lots of insects about, and if you've covered yourself in insect repellent beforehand, you stand less chance of being bitten. And I think that's it. What we need you to do is enjoy yourselves. That's the main thing. Please bear with us on the day. as I say, there's a lot of people turning up, and we think we've got that right, but just be prepared to work with us and make sure that the event goes as smoothly as possible. Other than that, from everybody who's organising this, we've got a team of about half a dozen people, and even more than that stewarding on the day. We'll have about 20 or 30 stewards. We're looking forward to welcoming you to Rimrose Valley. Please heed our advice about parking and travel, and we'll see you there, and we'll look forward to having fun. Cheers.